We're back. I have to share a story with you. It's actually kind of funny. It could have not ended up too funny. But over the holidays, over Christmas break, I live in Forest Ranch here, and I'm coming down Carmel Valley Road. True story. Just think of the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Ranger. Do you all remember that one? I'm not going to sing it for you because you would turn your radio off. But David got ran over by a reindeer. I'm not even joking. This is amazing. So I'm driving down Carmel Valley Road. I'm going the speed limit. I think it's 50 miles an hour, 45, 50. I'm going the speed limit. I'm cruising along. And if you know Carmel Valley Road coming through Forest Ranch to Carmel Valley and then to the 56, there's coyotes are behind my house. There's deer. And I've never seen a deer by my house. I've seen them. But coyotes all the time and howling at night. But so anyway, I'm driving all peacefully down the road, and in the corner of my eye, I kind of see something, and I turn to my left, and in front of my left of my windshield or my driver's side door window, there's a deer head coming at me full speed, slams into my car, boom. I mean, full speed. I'm going about 50 miles an hour. He's coming just down the hill, probably trying to beat me, trying to cut across the road ahead of me. And I guess his depth perception didn't have his goggles on. And he smashed into my car. I look in my rearview mirror, and he's spinning around. He's still on his feet. And I'm like, what just happened, right? So I pull over at the light and get out and inspect my car. As I'm doing that, there's a couple people that saw the whole thing behind me, and they're like, whoa, are you okay? And I said, hey, is the deer? I was worried about the deer, right? And, I felt at one with nature with this deer, literally at one with nature, with this deer basically colliding into me. And they said, yeah, he just kept going. And I'm like, well, that's great. So I look at my car, and of course, the whole side of my left side of my car is just dented beyond belief. So anyway, that's a true story. Fortunately for me, since he hit me, it was a no-fault accident. Wasn't my fault. Didn't go on my record. Great. Now, if I would have run into the deer, guess what? It would have been a fault accident. It would have gone on my record. So, two things I'm thankful for. God bless me is A, I'm not hurt. 3 things. B, the deer didn't get hurt. And C, it didn't increase my insurance premium. So, after I was shooken up, I thanked my lucky stars. So now my car's in the shop for probably about a month, I've told, for parts. But, the reason I'm sharing that with you is that, that deer smashing into me is no different than the stock market. We never know. There's the saying in the market, it's never the bus that you see that hits you that gets you. Because everything we know is in front of us, right? And so now these things are starting to happen in the market. So we never know when it's going to rain again. Whatever analogy you want to use, you never know when there's going to be a catastrophe. That's why you have insurance for your house, for your home, for your car, for your health. And so, my whole thing is I want to affect as many people as possible and help them to empower them to understand that you don't want to go through 2008. We don't know when there's going to be another stock market crash. Our clients are always protected. We have protection inside of our portfolios at all times because we don't know when it's going to rain again. We don't know when there's going to be another crash. Thank God I was safe. Thank God I was protected. I got airbags and seat belts. I want to have an airbag and seatbelt for your portfolio. So if you want to learn more about how we can protect your portfolio above and beyond asset allocation, okay, I've written papers on this. You can see them when you see me. It's my expertise in the industry, how to protect, how to insure portfolios, stock portfolios. And we're not talking annuities here. If you want to learn more about that, you want to sit down with me personally and have me review what you have. Let's get your financial house in order in 2016. Let's make sure you're not one of those statistics that loses half their money in the next stock market crash. Give me a call, 1-800-611-1967. That's 1-800-611-1967. Or again at reyesplan.com. That's REYES plan.com. Again, reyesplan.com. If you want to send me a personal email, you can send it to David at reyesplan.com. Again, that's David at reyesplan.com. I'll respond to any and all emails, calls. I'll talk to everyone. We get lots of calls, lots of emails, lots of requests. And I promise you, if I can't help you, I'm going to tell you who to call, or I'm going to refer you to somebody, because I can't help everybody. We have certain minimums for our firm and certain things that to make sure we can offer the best service to you. So if I cannot help you personally, I will make sure with your situation that you get a referral or I answer your question. Sometimes I'm just answering a question. David, you know what do you think about this? And I'll tell you, and that might be all you need. So again, reach out to me, 1-800-611-1967. That's 1-800-611-1967. So I was reading this article, really good article. And, how many of you out there have 401k plans? A lot of you. Well, there's a nice little rule that says that if you're 59 and a half, especially if you're 59 and a half or older and you're still working for a company, listen up. Because there's a little unknown law or unknown rule for most people in most of their plans, 401k plans, that will allow you to move your money to an advisory firm like ourselves or anybody else, or Schwab or Fidelity, whoever you want to work with. You can move those assets. And the reason that's important is because you're very limited on the options that you have inside of a 401k plan. And there's a great article in the Wall Street Journal that says target date funds must rethink bonds. And target date funds, if you don't know what they are, and a lot of you have them as kind of a default, right? And it's because you don't know what else to do, because you're not getting advice on your 401k plan. We advise our clients on these, or we're managing them for them, is that target date funds are like sausage, right? You don't really know what's in them, right? And what happens is the closer you are to retirement, really, it's not really sophisticated, the more bonds they're going to put in the portfolio. So if you believe the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates, and you believe that rates are going to rise, and you own bonds, guess what? That hurts your bond portfolio, and you actually can lose money in your bonds. So think about it. You're closer to retirement. You're trying to protect your assets. And with most target date funds, they're going to increase your exposure to bonds, which first off, you're not making any money in any way. And to add insult to injury, you could actually lose money on those bonds. For every 1% increase in interest rates on a 10-year bond, you lose 6% of your principal. On a 20-year bond, it's like 15% of losses. So bonds right now are a very dangerous asset class. We're not big fans of bonds, especially in a buy and hold situation. Tactically, maybe we'll own them, but not as a buy and hold right now. So if you have a 401k plan that you're still part of, you're 59 and a half, give me a call and I'll look at your 401k plan, see if we can do better. We can institute some of our risk management strategies that you're not going to have, some of the insurance strategies for catastrophic risk that we have for our clients to make sure you don't have the old proverbial, 401k turns into a 201k. So again, give me a call, 1-800-611-1967. That's 1-800-611-1967, and I'll review your investments, your retirement, your plans, your Social Security, everything that you have, complimentary. I used to charge $2,500 for this. I don't do that anymore for KFMB listeners. It's free. And if I can help, I'll help. But minimally, you get a second set of eyes. I always say that we always get a second opinion on our health. You got to have it on your wealth, right? Because if we make a mistake, it can be catastrophic, and I don't want that to happen to you. So again, give me a call, 1-800-611-1967. That's 1-800-611-1967. Or go to reyesplan.com. That's REYES plan.com. So I'm going to finish up the last segment, which I'll kind of tee up here. And I'm going to talk about, finish up a little bit on the market, but also talk to you about some tax strategies, because taxes are one of the biggest killers of retirement and of assets. It's an expense. It's a cost. So hang on. And if you have time, listen up. And we have our last segment coming here. And I love talking about how to save you taxes. Again, it's David Reyes, AM 760 KFMB.
You're listening to the Retirement Architect, David Reyes.
Oh, really? A professional man.
We design and build retirements that last a lifetime. The Retirement Architect, David Reyes, will continue next.